from an officer about 12:30 today that we had an officer involved shooting. The information that I can share with you at this time is that a Jeep, it's an orangish color Jeep, pulls into the Microtel hotel here at 25th and Fairfield. Our officer pulls in behind that cruiser or that vehicle and attempts to contact the driver. The driver puts his vehicle into reverse and accelerates rapidly and hits the cruiser. Our officer who was involved then moves out of the way up towards the actual hotel itself. The driver then, after hitting the cruiser, puts it in drive and accelerates very rapidly, again towards the officer. Our officer did fire at the vehicle. During this exchange, there is a female passenger that was in the vehicle. The female passenger exits the Jeep, and after he puts it in drive again, after reversing, he actually runs her over. So we do have a female passenger who was in that vehicle, exited, eventually is run over by the driver of the Jeep. She was also transported to the hospital as well as the driver. I can tell you that at this time his injuries are not considered life-threatening. Her injuries are serious, but at this time I do not believe life-threatening.
So both non-life-threatening?
Correct.
And it was only one officer involved initially?
Yes, just one officer involved in the incident today.
How many shots were fired?
I don't have that information at this time. It will be a part of our investigation as we continue here today.
And you followed the vehicle into the parking lot for what was he trying to stop?
I don't have that information yet. We do have video of the incident that we are pouring through at this period of time. We just know that the Jeep pulls into the Microtel and parks in a parking stall, and the officer pulls up behind him and exits his vehicle with lights on to contact the driver, and again the driver puts his vehicle into reverse and crashes into the cruiser.
I know over the scanner prior to the stop, he requested additional units for a possible warrant on suspect. Is that true?
I know that information went out. I just have not been able to clarify all of that information to be able to give you a factual statement of what information he had at that time and the request for those additional officers.
Do you know if the officer's bullet hit the driver?
We do know that he was struck, again, non-life-threatening injuries at this time.
How many times was he hit?
I don't have that information for you currently.
So was there a pursuit leading up to before they got to this?
As I stated, what I know is the Jeep pulls in and parks, and our officer comes in behind him after a short period of time. I wouldn't say that he was immediately behind him, but he does follow him after he parks and comes in to contact the driver.
Was the officer hurt in any way?
Thankfully, no. Our officer was not injured in this incident. Again, we do have a female passenger who was in the vehicle who had exited during this incident, and ultimately, again, she was run over. She does have pretty significant injuries.
What are the next steps from here?
The next step from here is to continue the investigation on scene. Certainly we want to be very careful in collecting all of the necessary evidence, that being physical evidence and any video evidence, as well as witness statements. We do have witnesses here as well that we are just talking to, and making sure that we're very thorough, and also wanting to provide support to our officer who was involved. Again, very thankful that he was not injured in this incident. And again, just making sure that we are available and present in providing updated information not only to the community through the media, but as well internally through our organization.
Will the officer be put on administrative leave?
Yeah, that is our normal procedure. As course for the investigation, he will be put on administrative leave until we finalize the investigation.
Do you plan on identifying the officer?
Eventually, as in previous cases, we will identify him. That won't be today, as well as the other involved.
And do you plan on releasing the footage, the body cam footage of this?
Likely not going to release the entire video of information that we have, but perhaps much like we have in the past, we will provide what we can to make sure that we tell the story of what happened today.
Thank you, Chief.
Thank you.
Thank you.
It's cold.